Hello, this is a fabulous story. It's called Winter Pony and it's read by Krista Roop, illustrated by Ulrike Hein, and it is a North-South book. It has beautiful illustrations. I hope you enjoy looking at them while I read to you. It was very deep winter in northern Iceland. The horses kept close to the farm in the snow-covered pasture. Prince, a pony with slightly silvery mane, lifted his head and cocked his ears as Anna tramped through the snow. "Prince," she called, "Prince, come here." The little pony trotted over to her. He rubbed his head on her shoulder and nibbled her jacket affectionately. Anna stroked his mane. Prince was her pony. She had raised him from a foal. He was her best friend. Wow, he looks a beautiful pony. Winter slowly melted into spring. The snow gave way to spots of brown earth, and day by day it grew warmer. "Soon we'll take the horses up to the summer pasture," said Anna's father one day. Anna was shocked. The summer pasture was way up in the mountains. "Not Prince," she said. "He's too little, father. He has to stay with me." "Your pony is nearly a year old. It's time for him to take his place amongst the herd. If he doesn't go now, he will never fit in," explained her father. "But if you want, you can come along with us." "I can?" Anna was delighted. Usually only grown-ups went on the long ride into the mountains. She does look excited, doesn't she? The next day all the horses were rounded up. Anna rode with her father near the front of the herd. They passed through marshy meadows and saw rocks that steamed from underground hot springs. The mountains looked magical in the morning mist. But Anna was still worried. Again and again she looked over at Prince. How would he manage without her? When they reached the summer meadow, the herd was set free. As Prince galloped past Anna, she could barely hold back her tears. "Take care, Prince," she called sadly. Anna's father gave her a reassuring hug. "Remember what Grandma always says," he told her. "The mountains are full of mysterious powers. Prince will be safe. Just wait until you see how big he is next winter." Wow. I bet she is feeling a little bit sad. Prince did seem to belong with the herd. When the icy spring storm swept over the mountains, he huddled close together with the other horses. They stood with their backs to the wind and formed a wall of warmth and protection from the icy rain. Oops. By June, the mountains were green and glowing. The herd wandered from one valley to the next, enjoying the warm sun and the sweet grass. One afternoon, when the horses were grazing by a stream, a large chestnut stallion suddenly laid back his ears and snapped at Prince. Frightened, Prince turned and ran away. Uh-oh. I bet he was a bit scared. The chestnut angrily shook his mane. He galloped after Prince, chasing him to the edge of the cliffs by the waterfall. Prince was backed into a corner. The chestnut stamped his forelegs and lunged towards Prince. Both horses reared and bit each other in the neck and legs. With a loud snort, the chestnut gave Prince a strong kick and Prince fell over the cliff. Oh dear. Doesn't sound too good. Only a narrow mossy ledge saved Prince from falling into the water far below. For a long time he lay dazed in the soft moss. Steam from a hot spring warmed the bed where Prince had landed, and the crisp mountain air swirled around him. Prince slept soundly. I'm so pleased that he's landed somewhere safe-ish. Back at the farm, Anna woke up very early that same morning. She had been dreaming about Prince. Something terrible had happened to him. She quickly got dressed and went downstairs. She met her grandmother in the barnyard. "You're up early, Anna," Grandma cried. "I couldn't sleep," Anna said. "I had a terrible dream about Prince. I want to go get him and bring him home." Grandma took Anna in her arms. "You know, Anna," she said, "life with the herd is as important for your pony as school is for you." "But what if something happens and I'm not there to take care of him?" "Oh, but he's not alone. The horses look out for each other, and if something truly awful happened, the mountain trolls and the wood elves would take care of him for you." "You and your elves, Grandma," Anna said, rolling her eyes. But secretly she felt better. It's hard to say what helped Prince heal from his fall. Perhaps it was the warm earth, the waterfall's mist, or fresh mountain air. Or maybe it was something more magical. Only the mountains know for sure. But next morning, Prince could stand up. Carefully, he made his way to the top of the cliff. Wow, certainly is magical. In the distance, Prince saw the herd. He whinnied. Startled, the chestnut lifted its head. Prince went up to him and began to eat from the same tuft of grass. The chestnut kept munching calmly. The fight was over. Prince had earned the respect of the older horse. Wow. It wasn't long before the nights grew longer and the wind blew cool and crisp. The farmers went to gather the herd back home, and Anna was allowed to ride along. She was so excited. Where was the herd? Where was Prince? "Prince," she called over and over. "Prince! Prince!" I wonder where he is. The horses stormed across the valley in a wild gallop. Prince broke away from the herd and came to Anna. He snorted in her ear and nipped her sweater. Anna laughed out loud. He hadn't forgotten her. He had grown big and strong, just as her father had predicted. "Thank you," Anna whispered softly, just in case Grandma's elves and trolls were listening. Prince nuzzled her hand, looking for oats. Anna rubbed his rough mane. "You need a brushing," she said fondly, "but you look wonderful. Come, it's time to go home, my winter pony." And there they are. What a lovely story. I'm so pleased that our friend Prince was able to get back to the herd. It's lovely being in a group. Sometimes it's nice being alone, but it's really, really good to be amongst friends and family. Until next time, my friends, ka kite.